Hi everyone, Kevin Chioda here. Today's video is all about how I started to earn an income in the film industry, what steps I took and why I chose to go this way. Lighting is the most underrated skill in filmmaking. Modifying light is what enhances the emotions the viewer can feel, bridging the gap between beginners and pros. No wonder there's a huge industry. Light is what controls the tone of the story. It brings you to focus on the important subject in the frame and can be used to bring your story to the next level. It justifies huge budgets for professional lights, heavy-duty stands, Wi-Fi operators, and opens up a whole new exciting world to dive into. I'm starting a series of videos covering different techniques and breakdowns together with on-set experience to educate others through my experience. So please consider subscribing to my channel. In this video, I will be diving into my journey of becoming a professional filmmaker, the steps I already took, and why. If you are someone that wants to become a solo filmmaker or just want to step into the film industry as a beginner, this video provides value for you. I will talk about how I got to work on a Netflix series production with zero experience previously, how the lighting department is structured, why I want to become a gaffer first before becoming a director of photography, what I wish I knew before I ever set foot on a film set, and what kind of skills I think are most useful to acquire. Figuring out how to become a filmmaker can be overwhelming, and that's a good thing. Being overwhelmed forces your brain to search for answers where it hasn't looked before. This is when you start to leave your comfort zone and start to achieve greatness. Nevertheless, filmmaking can be learned, and there are clear structures you can orientate yourself first before venturing into the unknown. The problem is, nobody will ever tell you that this is even an option if they're not working in the industry. Or they will tell you that you need to waste 3 years of your life in film school to be successful. With social media being a crucial part of almost every company's strategy, the need for video creators is growing exponentially fast. And there are infinite ways to become financially independent and create your dream life without working a job you hate. Most people still believe that studying something that is supposed to offer safety and financial independence will be enough to live a fulfilled life. Even if they have no particular interest in the subject, they spend years on end pursuing the vision of others, not noticing that the vision was scripted so deeply within that they never even questioned it in the first place. Most people also will never reach their full potential and undermine their inner voice until it is finally silenced forever. This is why I chose to quit college and start my journey of becoming a full-time filmmaker with a strong passion for adventure and awareness. How I started out and why. I found myself trying out many things before I ever got the chance to set my first foot on a film set. But this experience blew my mind completely. I was fascinated by the flow that every department worked together to create the best picture possible. I knew right away that these were the kinds of people I wanted to surround myself with. I found that creating meaningful stories was the perfect way to combine my true passion for adventure and awareness with the nerd inside of me. Having said that, I want to dive into how I got to work on a Netflix series movie production with zero previous experience. But first of all, let me clear some terminologies of the lighting department. You will start as a trainee. This is where you will learn all about the equipment at first. Soon as you start to develop skills, you will be working as a spark. This is when you get hired as a lighting technician. You will work on set and set up lights. You gather experience and make an income while doing so. With enough experience, you'll be qualified to step up to be the best boy of the gaffer. You are now coordinating all the equipment with the rental houses and be in charge that everything has its place. You gain the trust of DPs and production companies and finally become a gaffer. You will get hired to be in charge of the lighting department. You hire a team. You will prepare a budget based on the vision of the DP and present it to production companies. You will be the right hand of the DP, coordinating the lights and make sure that the DP is happy with the lighting at every situation or make changes according to the wishes of the DP and the director. I found it to be fascinating how the bigger film production companies offer beginners the chance to set foot on set. Here in Switzerland, the bigger film companies are obligated to spend a certain percentage of their budget on fundings for trainees in the film industry. This is one of the best ways to get to know people in the industry and learn the practical techniques that are used in the real world. I got to work 6 weeks on a Netflix series production called Neumatt. or they were in need for a lighting trainee. I knew that lighting was something that I have to master first before I could understand what truly makes the frame stand out. I don't know how this works in other countries, but what I've learned through this is by reaching out to bigger production companies that are producing and filming feature films, you might get the chance to learn a lot while getting paid for it. This was the best way I could have possibly learned all about the essential tools that will be used to shoot movie scenes. But let me be clear, this might sound more romantic than it was. As a lighting technician, you will be drilled to memorize every name of every piece of steel inside of multiple trucks. Normally, you will spend weeks preparing everything in the truck that is requested. Memorizing all of the pieces will be overwhelming and stressful, especially in high pressure environments such as movie sets. You will spend the whole day outside, no matter the weather and the temperatures. I got to spend 12 hours a day in freezing temperatures, lifting heavy metal through muddy fields. Welcome to the film industry, they say. I thought I already knew a fair bit about lighting from my own shoots, but even if you understand the basics of lighting, you will come across a whole new world of gear. Working with RE lights and 10 different kinds of stands, you'll find yourself immersed in multiple trucks full of lighting equipment. A huge playground for every film lover, I can tell you that. And you better become a nerd about it before you move on, because that's also when the fun begins. As soon as you know the pieces, you can start to combine them into tools that make your vision become visible. You'll start to understand why the lights need to be so powerful and why a certain piece of diffusion is chosen. Slowly it will start to make sense. And the more you start to understand, the closer you will get to the visual decisions the director of photography makes. You are now starting to think about lighting in a different way. This is also why it's worth going through the struggle of learning every piece of equipment there is in the first place. As soon as you got this out of the way, you can start to get creative. You will see that shaping light has endless possibilities and is an art by itself. You'll find people working in the lighting department for 20 plus years. Try to imagine how these people see our world and the way that natural light shapes our surroundings. That must be crazy. Having spent already 300 plus hours on set as a spark gave me the confidence to reach out to other production companies and the people I met along the way to further develop my skill set. I bought myself some budget gear to recreate what I learned on bigger film sets on a smaller scale. I still have a lot to learn about the different ways you can shape light and how it influences the mood of the scene. Even though I want to operate the camera in the future, I really started to enjoy working in the lighting department. This helped me a lot to define the logical steps I have to take to become a professional camera operator. In my opinion, this makes a lot of sense due to the importance of the technical side of light, as well as the fundamental understanding of what light actually is. Some of the most useful skills you can acquire while working on set is to try to understand what could be of great use without anyone having to tell it to you. For example, if you try to see what the gaffer is about to do next, you can already offer to prepare something in advance so he doesn't have to think about it. That will show him that you are actually proactive and of great use on set. Keeping in mind that everyone in a leading position will always have a great sense of pressure in the background can help you tremendously to understand what you can help them with, resulting in a higher level of trust, which will automatically increase the chance of collaborating in the future and therefore will result in more work and experience. The film industry is huge and it combines multiple industries with one big goal: to entertain people. Yet there is so much more that meets the eye, making it a perfect industry to venture into even with a very different educational background. Nowadays, the commercial video content industry is growing exponentially fast, and every business has the chance to improve their profits with the right content strategy, giving creators around the world the chance to practice their skills and make an income while doing so. With enough connections and experience, you can become a self-employed freelancer and manage your own time effectively to build your dream life. For me, this has to do with the fact that I want to surround myself with inspiring people, be proud of what I do, manage my own work hours, fulfill my potential by doing something I truly believe in, tell meaningful stories, and serve others through my experience. So in short, lighting is the most powerful way to enhance the emotions that we feel on screen. Developing a deep understanding for the technical side of light and how we can control them is the foundation of becoming a world-class filmmaker. Working on set is the most practical way to learn, making it the best way to gather experience, build a network of like-minded people, and earn money while doing so. You don't have to study to get the chance to work on big film sets. By reaching out, showing interest in the material, you open up doors that might change your life forever. Bringing the skills you've learned on professional film sets to your own small projects will result in a huge learning curve. You can't skip steps. Learn the basics and move on from there. Greatness begins where comfort ends. If you want to learn more about lights or set life, I would highly appreciate if you drop a comment down below so I can answer your questions in future videos. That's it for today. I highly appreciate you being here. Please consider subscribing to my channel because this would really mean the world to me. Thank you so much, and I hope to see you in the next video. Cheers.